Cream cheese pie with sour cream topping is easy and delicious. I recently did a no-bake cheesecake with condensed milk recipe and everyone seemed to really like it. This recipe is similar, so even though I've never made it before, we're trying it together and I think both you and we are all going to fall in love with it. Like I said, this is a really easy recipe. As you can see, it just has a few ingredients. I'm starting off with my 9-inch graham cracker pie crust. To be honest, part of the reason why I'm doing this recipe is I'm trying to find ways to use that graham cracker crust because it is phenomenal. The bit of cinnamon is truly fantastic. So if you haven't seen this recipe, go check it out. But you could use your own or store-bought. It'll be fine. Here I have 12 ounces of cream cheese, that's 1.5 blocks, 2 large eggs, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. The way I measure, that would be 160 grams, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a dash of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon. I have my electric mixer over here, and this cream cheese is very soft. It's been out for quite a while. And as you can see, it is definitely soft. But I'm just going to literally mix everything together. I think maybe a little bit of sugar at a time would be better, but honestly, I think since this cream cheese is so soft, just putting it all in the bowl at once will be fine. I literally just put everything into the bowl. And now I'm going to beat it with my electric mixer. As you can see, the cream cheese filling is now smooth. I'm sure you saw when I first started blending everything together, the cream cheese filling looked like it was a bit lumpy. It took maybe 2 to 3 minutes blending this on medium high, I would say, in order to get it to be smooth. You could do it by hand. It would probably take a while, but I'm sure if you had some time, you could. Now I'm just going to pour this into my pre-made graham cracker crust. And I'm going to bake this cream cheese pie with sour cream topping at 350 Fahrenheit for 35 minutes. And as 35 minutes approaches, I'm going to make the cream cheese topping. But before the pie goes into the oven, once all the filling is in the crust, make sure to even it out. My cream cheese pie has been in the oven for almost 35 minutes, so I'm going to make the sour cream topping. Here I have 1 cup or 240 grams of sour cream, 3 tablespoons of white sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. All I'm going to do is mix everything together. Nice and simple. And then, like I said, at the 35-minute mark, I'm going to take my pie out of the oven and I'm going to spread this over the top. I literally just took my cream cheese pie out of the oven maybe a minute ago, 350 for 35 minutes, and I baked it on this pizza pan to make it easy to take in and out. Here I have my cream cheese topping, and even though it's puffed up a bit and it looks like this might not fit, I'm going to put on the cream cheese topping. And as I do, the filling will start to subside a bit. This smells incredible. This cream cheese pie, even though it just has a few ingredients, the smell is incredible. And I'm not gonna lie, even though there were raw eggs, I tasted some of the filling that was left in the bowl, and it was very, very good. Now you just spread it out like this. My sour cream topping is now on my cream cheese pie. Some recipes call for 1.5 cups of sour cream, but as you can see, I think 1 cup was plenty. I did not wait to put on the topping after I took the pie out of the oven. I literally had the topping ready. I took it out of the oven. I put the topping on, and now I'm going to put it back into the oven for 5 more minutes at 350. And I know you're probably wondering, that is a pizza pie. I will, of course, be showing you how to make that pie in the future. So stay tuned. Although I wanted to dig in right away, I let it cool down for a few hours and then I put it into the refrigerator for a few hours. I definitely had to remind myself that patience was a virtue. But resisting the temptation definitely paid off, because when I tried this cream cheese pie with sour cream topping, I was very impressed. For something so simple and so easy, it was incredibly delicious. It definitely reminded me of a New York style cheesecake because of the sour cream topping. But I would say that the difference is that this cream cheese pie doesn't taste quite as dense. A lot of cream cheese pie recipes call for lemon juice and or lemon zest. I know that by now you probably know that I really like to add citrus to my desserts, so even though I like to have some lemon in the background, I didn't think that this really needed it. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be good with lemon, I'm just saying that honestly, I thought it was perfect just the way that it was. The sour cream topping was enough to give this pie that sweet with a bit of tang that I really like. The texture was very nice as well. Like I already said, this isn't quite as dense as a cheesecake, but it is similar. I really liked the contrast of the smoothness of the filling together with the crumbliness of the crust. And as I've already said on this channel multiple times, I am in love with my homemade graham cracker crust recipe, and this cream cheese pie with sour cream topping was an excellent way to showcase it. There weren't a ton of competing flavors, so the bit of cinnamon in the crust shined through. I used a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon in this crust, but I think you could go up to half a teaspoon. Like I said, there weren't a lot of competing flavors, so I think that that was one of the reasons why this pie was so good. One thing I've learned from Argentine recipes is that although combining a lot of things together, like in barbecue sauce, can be good, sometimes finding just a few flavors that go together really well can be just as good. In all honesty, I was really surprised by this cream cheese pie. I knew that it was going to be good, but I didn't know that it was going to be that good. This, I'm not going to lie, was really, really good. If you are looking for a cheesecake recipe, but you don't have a springform pan and you don't want to use a water bath, this is for you. Although you could definitely use a store-bought graham cracker crust, I think that using my recipe will really make this exceptional. Like I already said, this recipe is really quick and easy, and besides using my homemade graham cracker crust recipe, I think the only other key is to make sure that the cream cheese is softened. Although I do think that this pie would be okay without the sour cream topping, I honestly think that it's the icing on the cake, shall we say. It's what really makes this really good. What takes it from an A minus to an A quadruple plus. Although I think it would be okay at room temperature, I think slightly chilled is probably the best. Like I already said, this dessert was incredible. So if you're looking for a really easy homemade cheesecake recipe, try this one. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.